And welcome to Nashville, Illinois, where the Carterville Lions are preparing to take on the Nashville Hornets in river-to-river conference action this evening. It's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sosloggy. Pleasure to have you hanging out with us on a Friday night. Jim, the long drive, this is what the boys, they like to call the gauntlet. You got Nashville on Friday night. You have Sparta on Saturday night that you're traveling to, running the gauntlet. We have completed the first half of this trip, and but looking forward to a good ball game tonight here between the Lions and the Nashville Hornets.
Yeah, and that, it was a great game the first time these two teams met, with Nashville coming out with a 6-point victory in Carterville. And I tell you what, the Lions have been on a little bit of a roller coaster ride for this second half part of the season. But last week, the Lions seemed like they got back on track with a big win against AJ. It was a close ball game, but the most important, impressive win was against Massac County. There was a lot of things the Lions did really well against Massac to come to. They came from behind 11 points down at the half. In the second half of that ball game, the Lions, they executed well. They played good defense. They attacked the bucket. They cut down on their three-point shots. The three-point shots that the Lions took last week against Massac, they were all design threes, no forced threes. They didn't feel like they had to take those threes. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the big things that the Lions did that was so great that actually led them to come from behind against Massac to pull out a huge win in a hostile environment. Let me tell you, it was very hostile down there. The fans were loud. The Lions are going to come into the same situation here because Nashville is going to be a loud place too. So I think they're ready for this game.
The best thing about that whole thing that you just talked about, Massac, you didn't say it was because Dave wasn't there.
No, never. Hey, you were on standby just in case we needed you. We had you getting ready we were going to drop you in from helicopter, parachute you in case we needed you.
We appreciate the fact that Shane Dial stepped in last week. And man, I tell you what, it was an exciting game to listen to. It was a hard-fought, physical ball game, probably the most physical game that the Lions have faced this year. But you know what? They stood the test. And they fought back, like you said, down 11 at the half. They were able to fight back. God love Blake Jackson firing up those threes in the first half that kept Carterville in the game. Even though they were down 11, you kind of think, well, maybe it was getting away from them, but that wasn't the case. And the defense really played well in the second half.
Yeah, they did a lot of things defensively. They started, Coach Brown made a couple of switches on a couple of players, because Roundtree last week in the first half actually killed the Lions. He hit 4 or 5 threes up and just a good fluent motion, on his jump shot. And, it was falling. And he's a streaky shooter. Coming into the Massac game, he had kind of been struggling from the outside a little bit, but hopefully he's back on track.
Well, your Carterville Lions come into tonight's action with a 16-8 record on the season. Nashville, 16-9 on the season. And really looking forward to a good ball game here between these two clubs. It was back on December 22nd that Carterville hosted the Nashville Hornets in that ball game, and it was Nashville that came away with a hard-fought 55-49 6-point win back in December, and Royce Newman was the man that night as it was late in the game that he really put Carterville away. They kind of got on his shoulders and rode him as he winds up with 18 points in that game, and you had Hayden Hagemeyer that had 12 points, and Ryan Brink that wound up pouring in 11 for Nashville back in December. For Carterville, Austin Swalls was Austin Swalls. He had 18 in the game, and you had Taylor Heil that had a good ball game as well, as he was able to put in 11 that night. But a 6-point win, a hard-fought win. And the thing is, going into that game, when you look at the Nashville Hornets, that was the first game back. Royce Newman had missed a couple of games with an ankle injury, and he played well that night. And he's not been injured since then.
Well, no, Royce Newman's been around for 4 years here. Everybody knows who Royce Newman is. He is hard to handle on the inside. He's a big kid, broad shoulders. He really posts up well. He uses his body well. And I think Taylor Heil has done very well against him. He did last year. I felt like he did a pretty good job in the game at Carterville. last or in 2015 when the Lions played them. It's just that what hurt the Lions in the first meeting was the second half. The Lions didn't shoot the basketball very well, and that's the reason why they lost that ball game.
Well, if you would like, you can join us on YouTube as we are broadcasting live on there again as well. If you go to YouTube and you type in Carterville Lions versus VS Nashville Hornets, you'll be able to pull up the live feed. We have the game audio plugged in there as well. And this is my first trip to Nashville, into this gym. I love this setup, and it's just another, I like these, I don't know what you call the setup.
Down.
Yeah, the sunken floor, but it's kind of reminds me of Pinckneyville a little bit, and but I love this setup that we have here in Nashville. This Lions broadcast, it's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information, you can stop by the Carterville Banking Center, or you can go to their website. Check out tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in 90 seconds and give you more on the pregame show as we're awaiting the tip-off between your Carterville Lions and the Nashville Hornets on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 90 here, 90, and then we'll come back for a quick one and then get into the anthem. We lost our line feed, Adam. Check the audition button on the commercial pots. Make sure that that's on as well. There you go. Thank you, sir. Back in Nashville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi. Thank you for tuning in on a Friday night as we are awaiting the tip-off here between your Carterville Lions and the Nashville Hornets. And tomorrow night, of course, Carterville going to be on the road making the trip over to Randolph County to take on the Sparta Bulldogs on the road. Of course, it was against Sparta that Brennan Beasley had that big game-winning drive lay up there at the end of the game. So,
yeah.
But we're looking forward to that. So a couple of long trips here for the Lions this weekend. You know, there's only 5 games left in the regular season.
All right, after next weekend, it's it. I mean, it's all over. Then we get ready to go to the regional.
And we learned today the regional lineup and where Carterville is going to go for regionals.
Yeah, they're going to go down to Hamilton County, and they're going to be playing Flora, which is a 7 seed, and Carterville is a 3 seed. And if the Lions can win that basketball game there, they will get the winner of White County and probably Fairfield, I think, is the other team. So the Lions have a good chance, a good opportunity to win a regional again. But I'm kind of surprised that they're sending Carterville all the way to Hamilton County when Vienna is just down the road.
That's true. Now, if you're wondering, Hamilton County, that's actually McLeansboro. So that's where it is a pretty decent road trip for the Lions. The first game of regional set for Tuesday night, the 24th of February. And so as Jim said, going to take on Flora in the first game at that regional. at Hamilton County. Again, that's coming up not this coming Tuesday, but a week from Tuesday night on the road. It's hard to believe. We're almost to the end of the season, though. It's just really, really gone quickly.
Yes, it has. I mean, you know, we talked about football season going so quick, but wow, basketball, I think, has actually went a lot quicker.
Yeah, it seems like it. It just doesn't seem like. Well, and you know the fact that Carterville's only had seven home games on the schedule. Of course, we've already had 6 of them. One left. Heron is going to be the.
Well, we got 2 left. Pinckneyville.
Oh, that's
and Heron.
right. That's right. Pinckneyville and Heron. That's right. But you know, it's just not been the Road Warriors this year for the Lions.
Well, you know, last week we went to Massac. You know, we travel all the way up to the other end tonight to Nashville, and then tomorrow we'll finish it out when we go to Sparta. That's a pretty good haul from one end of the state to the other end.
Now, the reason we were gone last week, I was gone, and our friend Shane Dow had to fill in. I was traveling with my daughter and Amy as we went and watched the Carterville cheerleaders compete in the state cheerleading tournament championship up in Bloomington, as Carterville winds up finishing up 9th in the state. And just a great weekend to watch. We got such good, talented cheerleaders. They're actually on the floor right now doing their greeting cheer here for the fans at Nashville, but they wind up finishing 9th in the state. So proud of them. Linda Drust and Bonnie Howerton, and they did a great job, and it was a lot of fun, but appreciative that Shane Dial was able to step in and help with the broadcast on Friday night as they are getting ready to welcome the Nashville Hornets and their lineup here this evening. We'll do the same as they are going to start the same lineup that they started back on December 22nd against the Carterville Lions. It's going to be 5'11" junior Hayden Hagemeyer. He wears number 10. You have Jarris Dahlman, who scored 2 points in the first game, the 5'10" senior. Also, you have 6'3" junior Brady Boltman that will get the start. He wound up with 8 points back in that December game. And then 6'1" junior Ryan Brink had 11 points in the previous game. He gets the start this evening. And then the big guy who signed to play football at Ole Miss, that is Royce Newman. And he's 6'4", and the senior, and he'll be starting here tonight. For your Carterville Lions, it was nice to see Colt Wilkie out on the floor warming up, and they're going to be going with Wilkie, also Brennan Beasley, of course Austin Swalls, Justin Parsonelli, and Taylor Heil. We are going to take a break as they are preparing for the national anthem here, and when we return, we've got the tip-off of the Lions taking on the Hornets on News Radio WJPF. Keep it till I tell you. Keep it till I tell you.
Enjoy with the playing of our national anthem, performed by our NCHS Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Steve Brown.
One more after this, one more.
Hey, I've got you on number 2.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Well, and since you were sitting there, that's why I moved you on 2. Now I just stuck me out here on 1.
Bring it back after this, please. Back in Nashville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi as both teams are making their way onto the court for River to River Conference action tip-off. And thank you so much for tuning in on News Radio WJPF, online at WJPF.com, or you can go to YouTube and you can punch in Carterville Lions versus VS Nashville Hornets, and you can watch and listen online as well. On a Friday night, the official is not happy with the basketball, so they're coming over and they're going to find a good one. Basketball's provided by the New England Patriots tonight, apparently.
It's very unusual that they don't have one set game ball for games only.
That is somewhat odd, but we're ready to go. Officials are ready to go, and we are underway as Nashville Hornets, they control the tip. That is Hayden Hagemeyer with the ball, works it over to Ryan Brink, over to the far side as the shot is put up. It's good for three, and that is Brady Bultman that pops from three, and he's fouled right off of the get-go to start the ball game, and the foul is on Carterville's Taylor Heil, I believe.
Well, they've got 45 on the board.
We don't even have a 45. So we'll have to, I bet it's 25 probably. As Carterville has the ball here in the near court, it's Blake Jackson on the left wing. And Carterville in the road blues moving right to left. Austin Swalls here. He fires from three and hits for the Lions and ties it up. Or excuse me, Nashville with the 4-3 lead here early in the ball game. It is Hagemeyer as Carterville gets the tip in the back, but they're going to control. It is Bultman that takes it across the timeline. It's tied up by Heil, and you can see Carterville coming out with full court pressure. They get the tie up, the jump ball, and that's a turnover on Nashville.
Well, what the Lions really do, they're trying to up this pace a little bit, so they're putting a lot of full court pressure, something that Nashville didn't handle too well in the first meeting.
It is Brennan Beasley with the basketball, takes it to the right wing. He's guarded there by Hagemeyer for the Hornets. It's Austin Swalls between the circles, Blake Jackson on the left wing. 6:55, just over a minute gone. Swalls gets it on the post, works the pass out. It's no good. Turnover by Carterville. Hagemeyer takes it to the rack, and his shot is blocked by Austin Swalls. What a nice job by Austin to get up and block that. And, man, I like the defensive intensity for the Lions so far.
Well, the Lions are really coming out. They're kind of fired up. They know this is a big game, and the Lions need this one bad.
They get the ball right into Dahlman right off the inbounds pass, which is good for Nashville. So it's 6-3 Nashville here early in the game. Austin Swalls, top of the key, setting the offense. Austin running the offense. The point, it appears, for the Lions. It's Taylor Heil, and we have a foul underneath, and that is going to be on Jarris Dahlman. That is his first foul of the game, and the first team foul now on Carterville.
Well, Dahlman's a tough matchup for Swalls. He's a wide-body kid, but Swalls has the ability to take him down inside because of the height.
Carterville with the basketball. Beasley takes it around the top of the key and takes it to the right side, looks for some help, trying to get it to Justin Parsinelli. Does. JPN at the elbow, gives it back to Beasley. Left-hand dribble, top of the key. Austin Swalls now between the circles. 6:10 on the clock. Blake Jackson here on the left wing, looks inside. Taylor Heil, top of the key. They work it into Austin Swalls in the paint, and they're going to call Austin Swalls on the hook as he made his move. That's his first foul, and that's the second team foul now on Carterville.
That's a tough break for the Lions. The Lions showed a lot of patience on that possession of the offense, and Dahlman, he kind of banging around on Austin inside.
Carterville in the 2-2-1 full court, three-quarters court presses. They are able to break it, get out into the front court, and we have a foul on Justin Parsinelli. That's going to be his first foul of the game. Quickly, that's the third team foul on Carterville, and there's just over 2 minutes gone in this game.
Well, the Lions are being very aggressive. Now you have Johnson coming in for, looks like Parsinelli. Yeah, because Parsinelli's picked up 2 fouls.
So that first foul was on Justin Parsinelli. Now it makes sense to us. JPN with 2 fouls quick here in the ballgame, which has kind of been his MO this season, unfortunately, for the Lions. As Nashville works the ball around, Hagemeyer to Dahlman. Dahlman, top of the key to Bultman as Hagemeyer fires from 3, and that's good for him. It is 9-3, a 6-point lead here early in the first quarter. Carterville with the basketball. Beasley on the right wing. He's guarded by Dahlman. Between the leg dribble, takes it into the paint, puts up the runner. Oh, it's no good. Nice move by Beasley to get to the hole, though. Nashville heading the other way. They break the press. They get it to Brink. Brink fires for 2, and that is his first bucket of the game. They're spreading the scoring around here early in this game.
Well, Nashville's 4 for 4 from the field so far. Lions are 1 for 2.
Austin Swalls brings it to left baseline here to Blake Jackson right in front of us. Swalls, top of the key, right-hand dribble, and we've got a push on Nashville. It's on number 21. That is Jarris Dahlman. That's his second of the game, the second team foul now on the Hornets.
And Edwards is going to come in for him, so Edwards is going to pick up Swalls.
4:59 remaining here in the opening quarter. 11-3 Nashville. Carterville inbounds the ball into the backcourt. Blake Jackson runs it down, gives it to Brennan Beasley, and he steps across the timeline. He takes it to the free throw line, hands to Austin Swalls. He's guarded by Bultman, and we have a foul that is being called on Nashville. It's on Brady Bultman. That is his first foul of the game, the third team foul. And both teams now with 3 fouls or 6 fouls early on in this ball game. Carterville, nice inbounds pass. It goes out of bounds out of Royce Newman. And that is going to be Carterville basketball.
You know, Lions have all season had trouble inbounding the basketball.
Austin Swalls triggers the inbounds, gets it to Heil. Heil kicks it back out to Swalls, wants to get it in to Heil, but Swalls drives the lane, puts up the left-hand runner. That is good for Austin Swalls. What a nice move. It's 11-5 Nashville.
Well, the Lions attacked the bucket last week against Massac. They're doing the same today.
Hagemeyer takes it across the timeline. They fire from 3. That is Brian Brink that pops from the left corner. He's got 5 in the game. It's 14-5. They're hot early.
Yeah, they're 5 for 5, and they've hit all 3 threes with 2 extra buckets. Wow.
It is Brennan Beasley with the basketball, top of the key. Austin Swalls here on the left wing. Wants to get it in to Justin Johnson. He takes it to the hole, puts up the layup, no good. Ball bounces around, and Nashville controls the tip as it is Bultman takes it to the hole. Left-hand layup is good for Brady Bultman, and we have timeout on the floor. It is a 30-second timeout being called by the Carterville Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. And don't forget, they offer much more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, and posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. You can go online and visit artworkscustomgraphics.com.
Wow, tough start for the Lions. The Lions are, even though they're 2 for 4 from the field, you know, Nashville is 6 for 6, 3 for 3 from three-point land, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. They only have 1 turnover. Man, I mean, they're playing almost an absolute perfect game right now, Nashville is. As long as the Lions can withstand the storm here, they'll be in the ball game.
Lions are down 11 with 3:56 showing on the clock. It's Carterville basketball. Beasley brings it over to Swalls. Swalls near side, left corner to Blake Jackson. Jackson back to Austin Swalls. He's going to get the double team there. He does, breaks the trap, but fires off to Beasley. He fires from 3, and he gets fouled. And, oh, let me tell you what, Coach Brad Weathers is not a happy camper as the shot is good by Beasley, and he is going to go to the line and shoot the foul shot. He does that almost every game here lately.
Well, this must be after the shot, so it won't be a foul. The Lions are going to get the ball out.
Going to get the ball back. That can help them out. They could make this a 6-point possession. They're down 16-8, 8-point lead for the Nashville Hornets. Carterville with the ball. Johnson inbounds to Beasley into the backcourt. So Carterville with the ball. It's Blake Jackson, hands off to Austin Swalls, top of the key. 3:30 on the clock here in the opening quarter. Swalls near side. Blake Jackson left baseline. Thinks about the shot. Turn around and gets it into Heil. His shot is in and out. No good. And the rebound is controlled by Riley Edwards. It's Hagemeyer stepping across the timeline. Takes it to the left side of the floor, guarded by Beasley of the Lions. Brings it to Edwards. Edwards to Boltman. Boltman, top of the key, gives it up to Brink, and then they work it down on the left baseline. Shots put up, and it's blocked, and it's a foul going to be called on Justin Johnson of your Carterville Lions.
Newman working hard down low against Heil. I'll be honest with you, Newman is actually holding Heil off. I mean, that could be an offensive foul call. Yeah,
it absolutely could be. As first free throw by Riley Edwards is good. 17-8 now with 3:02. Royce Newman leaves the floor. And checking in for the Hornets is Brogan Kemp. Second one is no good. Rebound, big rebound by Taylor Heil. So it's 17-8, 2:58 on the clock. Carterville with the basketball. It's Beasley across midcourt. Gives it up to Austin Swalls, right wing. Gets the pick from Taylor Heil. The pick and roll was there, but he passes it up, brings it up to Beasley. Beasley's going to take it down across the baseline and then backs it out. 2:41, 17-8. Carterville down to the Nashville Hornets. Beasley's going to reset the offense for the Lions. Brings it and hands it to Austin Swalls. He's going to step back and fire from three. No good. Rebounded by Brogan Kemp for the Hornets. So taking the ball for the Hornets, Brady Boltman across the timeline. Top of the key to the right side to Hayden Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer back to Boltman. Boltman on the right wing. He steps inside the three-point circle and works it over to the baseline. That is Brink that passes off to Kemp, and they work it back out top to Boltman. Boltman to Edwards. Edwards to Hagemeyer. Takes it down the lane, and we got a foul on the Carterville Lions.
Look like it's going to be on Beasley.
Beasley, that's the first foul on him in the game. That's the fifth team foul on your Carterville Lions. Exactly 2 minutes showing on the clock. Nashville basketball. They work it in to the left corner. Three ball is good by Hagemeyer. He's got 6 points, 2 3-pointers in this game so far in the first.
Wow. You know, Nashville 7 for 7 from the floor, 4 for 4 from three-point land.
Swalls over to Beasley on the right wing, guarded by Hagemeyer. And there's the switch defensively as Beasley fires from three, rebounded by Nashville. With 1:35 showing on the clock. They take it to the far end of the court, moving left to right. They work it to Riley Edwards on the right wing to Brink. Brink with the right-hand dribble, backs his man down. That's Justin Johnson. And he hands off to Riley Edwards. Back to Boltman. Boltman drives the lane, dumps it off to Brogan Kemp, who gets the nice layup. Nice assist from, on that play there, to Brogan Kemp.
Wow, I mean, Nashville is hitting from the outside. They're hitting from the inside. They're just playing unconscious right now.
Austin Swalls with the ball, brings it to Blake Jackson, and he works it into Taylor Heil at the elbow. He takes it to the lane, drops it, and they'll say it's out of bounds, and it's off at Nashville. Going to be Carterville basketball. Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of the Carterville Lions. Carterville down 22-8 here in the first quarter. Under a minute to go as Gavin Zimbro is in for the Lions. It's Austin Swalls. Works it across to Blake Jackson. He's going to step back and fire from three off the iron. No good. And that is Royce Newman with the rebound as Nashville works it in as we're approaching 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. They get it to Brogan Kemp. He takes it to the hole, and a nice, easy layup for Brogan Kemp. 4 points for him so far. Under 30 to play here in the opening quarter.
Nashville is just playing unconscious right now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear the numbers. It's Blake Jackson here on the left wing. Back to Austin Swalls. 16 seconds showing on the clock. Swalls is guarded by Boltman. Takes it to the right elbow. Spins into the lane. His shot is blocked. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Justin Johnson. Ball going to go to Nashville with a chance to score again before the end of the quarter.
Well, they're doing such a great job offensively because, I mean, basically they're getting layups when they're not hitting a three.
It is Hagemeyer that takes it across the timeline, dumps it down to Bultman. He fires. He finally misses a shot. The ball goes to Carterville, and that's how we end the first quarter. It is 24-8, Nashville on top of your Lions, and that's how we end the first quarter. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. "60 seconds, please. 60. Back in Nashville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi as we just ended the first quarter in Nashville. Man, that was a great first quarter for them.
Well, they were 9 for 10 from the floor, 4 for 4 from three-point land, 2 for 3 from the free throw line with 1 turnover. What else can you expect?
And Nashville gets the ball to start the second quarter here as we have a foul on Carterville. Looks like it's going to be on Austin Swalls. It is on Austin Swalls. That's the second now on him. That's the 6th team foul on the Carterville Lions.
And that's 2 fouls on Austin Swalls, and you can't afford to have him go to the bench.
On the inbounds pass, they work the ball into the 6'6 junior from Nashville. That's Brogan Kemp. So it's 26-18. Man, Nashville all over the Lions here in the first half. Now Carterville with the ball. Taylor Heil gets the pass from Gavin Zimbro. Zimbro to the lane, dumps it off to Justin Johnson, hands off to Blake Jackson. He works it around top of the key, gives to Austin Swalls. Now top of the circle, Gavin Zimbro on the right lane. Give and go to Taylor Heil. That's the first time the give and go is there as Heil's shot is blocked. And they're going to call Taylor Heil for the fouls. He was going after that ball after it was blocked. That's the 7th team foul. That should put Nashville into the bonus, as it does, the 7th team foul. So Nashville's going to be at the line. It's going to be Hayden Hagemeyer that is at the line shooting the 1-and-1 for Nashville. First free throw is got for Hagemeyer, and that's good. He has 7 in the game so far. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Hagemeyer's second free throw is good. Man, everything is working right for Nashville in this ball game so far.
Well, I don't know if it was because we changed the basketball or what, but, you know, they changed the basketball before the game, and it's you know, the Lions have missed their last 7 opportunities, and they were only 3 for 10 in that first quarter, 2 for 5 from three-point land. So, ball change.
They need to do something to get a spark here in the second quarter. Heil with the 8-foot turnaround jumper, no good, and he's fouled by Brogan Kemp of Nashville. That's the 4th team foul now. That is the first on Kemp. So Taylor Heil is going to go to the line and shoot 2. That's what they need to do, is work that ball into Heil.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe get something going here.
Yeah, last week they did that against Massac, and they actually, you know, they took the ball to the hole a lot. You know, they didn't settle for a lot of outside shots. They shot 41 free throws in that game against Massac last week.
Heil misses the first free throw. The second is good for Taylor. That's his first point of the ball game. So it's 28-9. Nashville on top of Carterville, the 19-point lead. Nashville with the basketball. That is Bultman, gets it across, long pass to Brink. He takes it to the hole. Shot is no good. Ball up in the air. Newman comes down with the rebound, kicks it out. Brink fires from 3, and that is good for him. 8 for Ryan Brink. It's 31-9. It's a blowout for Nashville.
And Nashville's 5 for 5 from three-point land.
Gavin Zimbro works it over to Johnson, top of the key, wants to hand to Blake Jackson, does here on the left wing. Jackson guarded by Boltman of Nashville. Jackson dumps it off to Taylor Heil, works it over the far side. That is Gavin Zimbro with the ball. He's guarded by Dahlman. Zimbro, left-hand dribble, wants some help, gives it to Johnson. Johnson looks to pass, gives it to Blake Jackson on the left wing. Jackson steps into the paint, gives it to Heil. Heil gets the runner, puts up the shot, in, out, no good. Rebounded by Boltman for Nashville. They're on the run as Boltman takes it across the timeline. To the right wing, shot is good for three. That is Ryan Brink that hits again. He's got 11 points in this game. Oh, my.
This is unbelievable.
Carterville with the basketball. Zimbro on the right wing. Top of the key is Johnson as we have a foul on Nashville's Brady Boltman, his second of the game. That's the fifth now on the on the Hornets. 5:37 showing on the clock. That's the 16 foul. The 16 foul on Nashville. So Carterville's going to have the ball. They need something. They need a spark. They need a three, something to get them going here.
They need to stop Nashville from scoring, which is almost impossible.
Right now it seems that way as they throw the inbounds into the backcourt. Blake Jackson runs it down and gives it to Brennan Beasley. Beasley over toward the right side of the floor, moving right to left in the road uniform, the road blues for the Lions. Johnson here to Blake Jackson. Jackson on the left wing, looks for some help as Jacob Eklund in the game now for the Lions. Dumps it down to Johnson. His little 10-footer no good. Rebounded by the Nashville Hornets, and they're heading the other way. It is Hagemeyer across the timeline. Carterville a little unorganized defensively. And on the switches, they're trying to work the double team down on Newman. They work it over to the far side. That is Dahlman, and we have a foul. That is going to go against Nashville. Believe it is on. That is on Newman. That's his first of the game, and that's the 17th foul. So Carterville should be shooting the 1-and-1 here with 4:57 left in the first half.
The break for the Lions, that's the only way that Nashville hasn't scored.
Why are they not shooting 1-and-1?
Maybe because it was on the offensive end.
Oh, that could be. It's Carterville basketball. It is Blake Jackson here on the left wing, top of the key. Justin Johnson over to the right wing. That is Brennan Beasley as he looks for some help. Back to Johnson between the circles. Jacob Eklund here on the left wing. He dribbles, gives to Blake Jackson. Jackson looks to shoot, dumps it to Johnson. Right-hand dribble, left wing, steps inside the three-point arc, back to Jackson, top of the key. He takes it, dumps it off to Beasley. Beasley in the right corner, works it back around to the top of the key. 4:15 showing on the clock. Beasley hands to Johnson, between the legs for Johnson. Gives to Blake Jackson. He's going to fire from the top of the key. No good. Rebound there by Brogan Kemp of Nashville. Nashville heading the other way, quickly into the front court. That is Dahlman, puts up the shot. It's good for Jarris Dahlman, and that gives Nashville the 36-9 lead, and we have a full timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Sixty, please. Wow.
Wow is not even the name for it. Do you have to change that? Oh, you get to change one number?
Yeah. Makes it easy. Have to change the Nashville number. That's funny.
Oh, my
You
land.
did good.
Is there a running clock?
Yeah, actually there is.
Is there?
I don't know
can't
what the
remember.
point is.
I think it's 30. The start of the second half. I think it is. Oh, man.
Back in Nashville on a Friday night, it's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Saslagi, where it's a blowout right now. 36-9 Nashville on top of your Carterville Lions. Taylor Heil works it over to Beasley. Beasley to the right wing, Justin Johnson there. And Carterville needs something to happen here to get anything going offensively for the Lions. And of course tonight is the night Nashville can't miss, as they are just hot here in the first half. It's Blake Jackson takes the drive down the lane, dumps it to Heil. He banks it in off the board. That's good for Heil. Nice job by Taylor Heil. He has 3 in the game. Finally, Carterville gets another bucket. It's 36-11 Nashville.
That fine broken 0 for 10 streak for the Lions of misses.
Defensively is where you have to get into a game. You just have to pick it up. Full court, they work it into Newman. He puts up the shot, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2 for the Nashville Hornets, as the foul is on. That is on Blake Jackson. That is the first on Jackson. That's the 8th team foul now on the Carterville Lions. Royce Newman at the line. And he misses his first one as he's there shooting 2. Checking in for the Lions, Austin Swalls back into the game. As Justin Johnson, JJ, takes a seat, Coach David Brown talking to him, saying, keep your head up, let's go, we got to fight our way back into it. Newman's second free throw is good. That's his first bucket, his first point of the game. 37-11 as Swalls fires from 3 from the top of the key. That can kind of help get things going maybe for the Lions. Nashville with the basketball. Hagemeyer guarded full court by Brennan Beasley. Steps across the timeline, gives it to Brogan Kemp. Kemp back to Hagemeyer. Takes it to the left side. That is Brink there. Back to Brink on the left wing. 2:37 on the clock. They bring it to the other side. That is Bultman with the basketball. Eklund guarding him. Bultman steps back behind 3, works it into Newman. And we have a foul on Taylor Heil. That is the second foul on Heil. That is the 9th team foul on Carterville here in the first half.
Got a score update. Cahokia over Marion at the moment, 18-12 at the end of 1. And another score update. Massac leads Heron after 1, 20-18.
Good ball game there. Carterville beat Massac last week on the road at Metropolis. And just a great ball game for the Lions, a big win. But man, got to have something to happen here as Newman misses the first on the 1-and-1. And Carterville comes the other way. 2:22 showing on the clock. Carterville with the basketball. It's Beasley on the right wing. Swalls top of the key. He takes it to the elbow. He puts up the shot off the board, gets the shot and the foul. Austin Swalls just checked back into the game after taking a couple of minutes off, and he's got 5 consecutive points for the Lions. And he's going to be at the line shooting the and 1.
Well, what the Lions are going to have to do is get this down to around 17.
Free throw rolls around for Swalls. It's good. He's got 11 of the 17 for the Lions. Defense. That's what can get the Carterville back into this game. Hate to keep saying it, but that's how it works as they work it into Newman. He puts his shot up. No good. Rebound is by Bultman, and there's a foul on the Carterville Lions. It's going to be on
Lions foul number 52,
Luke Ford, who just checked into the ball game. That's the 10th foul, so the double bonus for the Nashville Hornets.
Got a score update. Pinckneyville 32, AJ 18 at the half.
Royce Newman misses the first of 2. 2:01 showing on the clock. It's a 20-point lead for the Hornets here in the first half. Second one by Newman is good. He's got 2 points. It was in that game back on December 22nd that Newman was the horse for the Hornets as he winds up with 18 points in the game. As it is Luke Ford that backs his man down, kicks it out to Beasley on the right wing, comes up, gives the pick for Beasley with the right-hand dribble, guarded by Hagemeyer, steps in the free throw, step-back jumper off the back of the iron, no good. Newman with the one-handed rebound, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by Blake Jackson. It's going to be Nashville ball.
Coaches, please meet in the Assembly Hall lobby. Thank you.
38-17, 1:30 showing on the clock. Baseball past the full length of the floor. Hagemeyer takes it, puts the shot up, no good, and Beasley gets the rebound. He comes back the other way. Boy, that was a break for the Lions as Blake Jackson works it into Eklund. Eklund from 10, puts it up off the board. Rebound, no good. Out of bounds. Oh, what a nice save by Blake Jackson. And the shot by Eklund is no good. And Nashville heading the other way. Man, what a great opportunity for the Lions to score. But no, it doesn't work as it is Boltman. It takes the shot and puts it in from about 15. That is 8 for Boltman in the game. 1 minute showing in on the clock. 40-17, Nashville on top.
That was a tough break for the Lions.
Beasley step back jumper is good for Carterville. He has 5 in the game. 49 seconds showing Nashville with the basketball. 21-point lead for the Hornets as it is Boltman hands it off to Dahlman. Dahlman brings it across the top of the key to Hagemeyer. They work it over to the left side. Boltman back to Newman, top of the key. He looks for some help. He's guarded by Luke Ford. Nice job by Ford. Newman takes the run down the lane, puts up the shot, and he's fouled. We've got a pushing foul on the Carterville Lions. And they're going to call it on Luke Ford quickly. That's his second foul of the game. So Newman is going to be at the line shooting 2.
Got another score update. This is going to be interesting. From Harrisburg. Harrisburg leads the Benton Rangers 32-20 at the half.
Wow. That'd be a big win for Harrisburg
it will be.
over Benton. Newman, free throw shooting tonight, misses his first. That's kind of been the trend for him here in this ball game.
And this Carterville Lions team travels to Harrisburg this coming Tuesday.
Yes, another road game for the Lions. Newman hits his second. He has 3 free throws in the game. 22 seconds showing on the clock. Carterville basketball works it near side to Austin Swalls. Swalls left wing. Gets the pick from Taylor Heil. And the ball goes up in the air. And Carterville controls. Taylor Heil with the bank shot. No good. Rebound to Newman. 5 seconds. They get it off to Brink. Brink to the lane. Puts the shot up. No good. Carterville gets the rebound. And that's how we end the first half. Wow, what a half for the Nashville Hornets as they lead 41-19. Carterville has some work to do. Coach David Brown going to take them to the locker room and talk about it. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, Charlie services all brands and is a certified York dealer. Call 985-2502 or go online. Visit Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. We are going to be back with the halftime show. It's coming up. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 90 seconds here, Adam. 90, please.
We have your attention. At this time, we'd like to recognize several of our feeder schools. First, the Ashley Wolves, Coach Scott Brayton. The Hoyleton Trinity Grand Prairie Thunderbolts, Coach Brent Shofrighty and Lonnie Renzel. The Oakdale Vikings, coaches Daniel Carson and Daniel Silverman. St. Anne Saints, Coach Bob Kunkel, Terry Kalczynski, Ralph Leonard, and John Kalczynski. The Nashville Trinity St. John Oakville Emmanuel Titans, Coach Jim McClanahan and Shane McClanahan. And not with us this evening is the Nashville Junior Hornets, who are participating in the Class M state tournament, taking on Pinckneyville, which they are currently behind 23-18. It's Coach Will Weinberg and Pat Caseman. We wish all of you the best of luck and forward to seeing you in a Hornet uniform in the near future. Thank you.
We are back in Nashville. It's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Soslagi, where it's been all Nashville here in the first half. They have a 41-19 lead at the end of the first half. And, man, Nashville could do no wrong in that first half, Jim.
No, Nashville's just playing unconscious. I mean, and the Lions are very fortunate just to be down 21. I mean, they could be down close to 30 the way Nashville's been playing. And you know, the Lions not shot the ball very well in this ball game, but, you know, I think it's I mean, I hate to be superstitious, but when you change the basketball right before the game starts, what do you think?
Well, it worked for the Patriots. That's all we know. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just I think it's kind of been what's plagued the Lions all season. Defensively, they don't move well, and then you get a team that just comes out hot. It's a home game for Nashville, and you gotta have your stuff together right from the get-go when you come into an environment like this, because this is exactly what can happen to you. Before you know it, you're down 20, and it's you gotta work. And I know that's what Coach David Brown is going to say to his team in the locker room right now, and they'll come out, they'll respond, they'll make it respectable. I have every faith, and they did that. You know, that last week they know how to come from behind. That win at Nashville, or excuse me, at Massac last week, a week ago, tomorrow, that's exactly what they did, and they can make that happen here tonight.
Yes, I mean, this ball game's not over with. If the Lions can put something together and get a few stops and get some easy buckets, you know, they can climb their way back into this ball game. But the thing of it is you're going to exert so much energy trying to get back into the ball game. Are you going to be able to sustain that when it really comes crucial time for you to make a move to maybe be able to take the lead?
When you look at the scoring for Nashville, man, they spread the ball around in that first half. As the leading scorer was Ryan Brink. He has 11 points. Brady Boltman, 8 points. Hayden Hagemeyer has 8. It is Brogan Kemp who came off the bench. He's got 6. Royce Newman, who was the big dog in the first game, he had 16 in the first game. He's only got 3 at the half. And then you also have Jarris Dahlman that has 4 for the Nashville Hornets. For your Carterville Lions, it's Austin Swalls, the leading scorer. He's got 11 of Carterville's 19 points. You have Beasley that's got 5, and Heil that has 3, and that's it. Just 3 people on the board for the Lions. And they need a spark. They need something to happen coming out of the locker room and maybe get a small run and kind of get them right back in this game.
Yes, I mean, it's going to be very difficult, but I'll go over some team stats-wise. Team stats-wise, the Lions are 7 for 22 from the floor, 3 for 6 from three-point land. Nashville, 14 for 19 from the floor for 73%, and you're going to enjoy this next one. 6 for 6 from three-point land, shooting lights out. Free throws, Nashville 7 for 12 for the ball game. The Lions 2 for 3. Turnovers, both teams have a couple of turnovers apiece, so they're actually taking care of the basketball. Rebounds, the Lions have 4 rebounds in this ball game, and basically because Nashville's shooting lights out, the Lions can't get a rebound. Nashville has 14, led by Newman with 7 and a block.
Painful. That is the word to describe the first half for your Carterville Lions as they come right back out on the floor. And, I can hear Coach David Brown saying, listen, guys, we got to forget that first half. We just have to come out and play our game. Defense, we have to step it up, and we have to come out and play our game, make things happen, make it happen defensively. We can get back in this game. And that's why they're out here with 5 minutes left on the clock here at the half. This Lions broadcast, it's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be a locally owned and operated community bank. Stop by and visit the friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center located at 200 West Plaza Drive. Remember, FDIC equal housing lender. We're going to take a break. We need to take a break here.
We need to do something.
We do.
I mean, we might need to go suit up.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll help them because we might be down by 40 if we suit up.
We'll find out. We are going to take a break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. "90 seconds again, please. 90 seconds.
is up on Marion, 27-24. Do you need something off of here? Not only that, I mean, my Lions are shooting lights out. They're 6 for 6 from three-point land. What percentage is it? 73. Yeah.
Adam, how are we on spots here at the half? Why don't you go on and run that? We'll knock it out.
You know, if they just run their offense for 35 seconds every possession, it is impossible for us to come back. I mean, if we score on every possession, it's impossible. Do the math.
I'm not a math wizard, dude. I would have said that.
It's impossible.
No, you're right. Back in Nashville on a Friday night where it's been all Nashville Hornets over the top, all over your Carterville Lions as they lead it 41-19 at the half. And the most impressive thing is just their shooting percentage in that first half. It was just unbelievable.
Well, they started the ball game off. They made a three. They go to the free throw line. They hit the free throw. They come back and they hit a two. Actually, a layup. The next one they come down, they hit a three. The next one they hit a two. The next one they hit a three. The next one they come down, they hit a two. The next one they hit a three. Then they hit a two and a two before they finally missed one, and they missed their only shot right at the end of the first quarter. That was the only shot they missed in the first half.
Yeah. It's amazing. That's how you start off, and not very often will you see 24 points put up in a quarter by a high school basketball team, but that's exactly what the Hornets did. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. And they offer much more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. You can find them online. Go to artworkscustomgraphics.com. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. If you're listening online at WJPF.com, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can do that as well, as we have the video and the audio all synced up. And hopefully we'll be able to do this for you for the rest of the season. Carterville onto the floor. They're waiting for the Nashville Hornets and Coach Brad Weathers to break huddle. Here they come on the floor for the Lions. It's the original starting five. Justin Parsonale, Beasley, Taylor Heil, Austin Swalls, and Blake Jackson for the Carterville Lions. Here we go, underway. In the second half, let's go Lions. Austin Swalls, they're working left to right to the far side. Beasley to Swalls on the right wing. He's guarded by Dahlman. Into Taylor Heil, kicks it out to Swalls. He puts up a three ball. That's good for Austin Swalls. That's 14. We'll take that to start the second half. 41-22, Nashville.
Well, maybe the Lions can get hot on that end of the floor since Nashville was, and maybe Nashville will be cold on the Lions' end.
Brady Boltman gives the ball to Hayden Hagemeyer on the left wing. They bring it near side to Ryan Brink. Brink into Newman. Man, I thought he kind of walked there, but he is able to kick it out. That is Boltman puts up the runner for Nashville. That's good. He's got 10 in the game. 43-22. Nashville on top with a 21-point lead.
Well, he just drove right down the middle of the lane, made an easy layup.
They get the ball into Taylor Heil at the free throw line, kicks it out to Beasley, right wing, back to Heil, top of the key. Austin Swalls, left wing, over to Jackson on the left toward the left baseline. Under a minute gone here in the first half. They work it into Taylor Heil or Swalls. He gets the little up and under layup. That's 16 for Austin in the ball game. Nashville into the front court. It's Newman, gets it underneath the bucket, puts it up and in. He's got 5 in the game, so it's 45-24, 21-point lead now for Nashville.
Well, Nashville's 2 for 2. Lions are 2 for 2 to start this second half.
Austin Swalls takes it right down the lane. Little runner for him is good. Layup. Austin Swalls now with 18 in the game. Nashville getting the full court press from the Lions. The ball comes into the front court. That is Brink that gets the baseline runner. 13 for Brink. Carterville quickly the other way. Beasley right-hand dribble. 5:55 showing on the clock. Gets the pick from Taylor Heil. Doesn't go for the roll. He takes the drive down the lane. Layup is no good. And Nashville with the rebound. It's Hagemeyer across the midcourt. Gives it to Boltman. Boltman to Brink. Brink to Boltman. Swing pass near side to Dahlman. Jarris Dahlman steps inside the three-point line, puts up the shot, and he's fouled by Justin Parsinelli. That is his 3rd foul of the game. It's going to be Nashville basketball. 5:34 showing on the clock. And at the line is going to be Jarris Dahlman shooting 2. The first one is off the front of the iron. No good. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Justin Parsinelli heads to the bench. Justin Johnson checks in for the Lions as Dahlman misses both of his free throws. Carterville with the basketball. Swalls between the circles. Right-hand dribble, guarded by Dahlman, over to Taylor Heil, to Beasley, back between the circles. Austin Swalls toward the right wing, wants to get it in to Heil, kicks it out to Blake Jackson, takes it down the lane. He's fouled as he goes. That's going to be on the floor before the shot. So we have the foul. That is on Nashville. The foul is on Ryan Brink. That is his first foul. That's the first team foul on Nashville here in the second half. Carterville, inbounds comes out. Blake Jackson, step back, kicks it out to Austin Swalls on the left wing. Just over 5 minutes on the clock. Beasley takes a drive to the lane. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound is tipped by Blake Jackson to Johnson, and then Beasley fires from 3 for the Lions from the top of the key. That's good for Carterville. 47-29, 4:45 on the clock. As Brink steps into a jumper, no good. Rebound comes off to Austin Swalls. He takes it the other way quickly. Nice lead pass. Oh, it's kicked away by Nashville. It's going to be Carterville basketball.
Well, this is the first time that the Lions have been under 20 points in this ball game.
4:34 showing on the clock. Carterville basketball. It's going to be inbound by Swalls. Swalls, oh man, that was Blake Jackson. It hit the floor hard. Coach David Brown is upset, screaming at the officials on the left side. Should have been a foul as hard as he went. It sounded bad.
Oh, it did. Newman just pushed him down.
As Beasley hands off to Austin Swalls, brings it to the free throw line. Spin move up, in for Austin Swalls. Nice job. 20 for Austin. He's got 20 of the 31 for the Lions.
The Lions are down 16.
They're working their way back into it as they bring it near side to Brink. Brink works it into Newman. He takes it right to the hole. That is 7 points for Royce Newman in this ball game. Carterville quickly the other way. The 18-point lead for the Hornets. Beasley with the right-hand dribble. Hands to Blake Jackson. Jackson left-hand dribble. Shake and bake. Spin move. Kicks it to Taylor Heil. 15 from Heil. No good. Rebounded by Nashville. Here they come the other way. They get it in Newman. He gets the layup for the Hornets. And this is exactly what Nashville did in the first half, where they worked it into Royce Newman, and that's when he beat Carterville in that first game.
Yeah, and Newman's just going right to the bucket real easy.
Turnover on Taylor Heil as he loses the handle. Newman comes up with it, and we have a foul on your Carterville Lions. Think it's going to be on Taylor Heil. That's the third on Heil. That's the second team foul here in the second half. So Taylor Heil steps out, heads to the bench. Luke Ford checks in, wearing number 52 for your Carterville Lions. It's Nashville basketball, 3:24 on the clock. They inbound to Newman. Newman looks for some help, guarded nicely by Ford, and it's the big guy bringing it up the floor. He works it near side to Brink, back to Newman. Newman playing guard there.
Yeah, I handled the ball well.
Dahlman with the left-hand runner, no good. Rebound comes off to Austin Swalls. So Carterville down 20, 3 minutes left here in this third quarter. Swalls, top of the key, gets the pick from Luke Ford. Swing pass over to Blake Jackson. He's going to step back and fire from three. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Blake Jackson. That's his first bucket of the game. It's 51-34, Carterville, or excuse me, Nashville.
If the Lions could just get a stop right here and, go down and hit another bucket, they'll only be down 15. They're climbing back in.
Nashville with the basketball. Dahlman on the right wing. Dahlman back and forth between he and Boltman. Boltman now looks for some help, gets the pick from Newman, steps top of the key. Hagemeyer back to Boltman. Boltman steps into the free throw line, looks for some help, gives it off to Ryan Brink. Brink works it into Newman. Swing pass over to Dahlman, right baseline, working the ball around. Step into the lane for Brink, and he turns it over as Justin Johnson comes away with a loose ball. Carterville quickly into the front court. Blake Jackson on the left baseline. 2 minutes on the clock in the third. Step back by Jackson, gives it to Swalls, and he's going to set the offense for the Lions. 1:53 on the clock. 51-34, Nashville on top here in the third quarter. Blake Jackson steps into a three-pointer. No good off the top of the backboard. It's going to be Nashville basketball.
Well, boy, if Jackson could have hit that three, that would have put the Lions down.
That would have been huge.
That would have been down 14. If they could get a turnover. They get it down around 12 going into the fourth quarter. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And usually in the end of the ball game, that's when you see Carterville really step up the pressure, and they're able to get back in it. As it's a turnover on the inbounds pass. It goes off of Nashville. Carterville basketball.
So the Lions got a chance again.
Johnson inbounds to Brennan Beasley. He is guarded by Hagemeyer for Nashville. They work at top of the key to Austin Swalls, and he is guarded by Brady Boltman. Over to Beasley. He fires from three. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and he's fouled again. Twice now that he has made a three-pointer and is going to go to the line for the bonus.
Wow, Coach Weathers, he's hot. He's calling a timeout, 30 seconds.
He is, and he's going to have a conversation that is one-sided completely here on this timeout. 51-37, Carterville slowly climbing back into this. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. Visit online at charliesairconditioningandheating.com.
Wow, the Lions are making a little bit of run. If Beasley can hit this free throw, that'll put the Lions down 13.
Yep.
And, wow, you come up with another big possession. Maybe you get Nashville to turn the basketball over. They've got them to turn it over twice in this third quarter. They might be able to cut this down to about 10 by the fourth. That would be huge.
And what you really hoped, at the half for the Lions is that they didn't just roll over.
Right.
And they haven't done that. They're come out, they're working hard, trying to get back in this. Beasley's free throw is good. Brennan Beasley now has 12 points in this game, and Carterville is climbing back in it. Hagemeyer, he's guarded by Beasley defensively. Step up in front of him there and block out. 51-38, 1:24 left in the third quarter. As it is Edwards that's into the ball game. They work the ball into Newman. Left-hand layup is good for Royce Newman. He's got 11, and they're going to have to find a way to shut him down.
Well, you're going to have to front him and put a guy in front and behind him.
And and on him. And get on him. A Swall step back. Oh, nice give to dump pass down to Luke Ford. He misses the little bunny shot. Justin Johnson there gets the roll to fall. That's his first bucket of the game. And it's a 13-point lead for Nashville. 51 seconds on the clock as Carterville really stepping up the defense on the far end. They got to worry about the 10-second call. It is Boltman that gets it across. He takes it right to the lane. Shot is no good, and the rebound comes off to Carterville the other way. 35 seconds. Nice job by the Lions defensively. Carterville could get this thing to within 10 heading to the fourth quarter. Beasley on the left wing. He's guarded by Hagemeyer. Back top of the key, Austin Swalls between the circles. That is Boltman on him defensively. Swalls into the lane, puts up the shot. He's fouled, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Well, the Lions, that's big. I mean, they have clawed their way back into this ball game and outscored Nashville in this third quarter. And if Swalls can hit both these free throws, they'll only put them down 11 with 17 seconds left in the third. To be wow.
Austin Swalls is shooting two as he makes the first. 21 points for Austin Swalls in this ball game so far as Justin Johnson checks out, gets a back slap from head coach David Brown, and the spark plug, Jacob Eklund, checks into the game for the Lions. Second one by Swalls is good. 17 seconds here in the third quarter. Hagemeyer is guarded by Beasley. 15 seconds. Brings it across the timeline. Needs to get in front. Gets it into Newman. The ball's tipped away, and they're going to call Luke Ford on the foul on the push from behind. That's a third team foul now on Carterville.
Well, that's a tough break for Ford. I thought he had good enough position to knock that basketball away.
I think they're saying he got him on the wrist as he slapped that ball away. It was a good job. I looked good to me as well. Looked like you said. He had position, was there, had him on his shoulder. And checking out of the game, Brogan Kemp for Nashville as Ryan Brink checks back in for the Hornets. Nashville with the basketball. Newman here on the left baseline. Works it up to Hagemeyer. Works it to, passes to Brady Edwards, and there's a foul on the Nashville Hornets. It's on Royce Newman with the push. The offensive foul. That's a turnover on Nashville, and Carterville could score and get under 10 with heading to the fourth quarter. Beasley takes it into the lane, puts the shot up, is good! Oh, what a great shot by Beasley. That's how you end the third quarter. And guess what, folks? Carterville is within 9, 53-44, heading to the fourth quarter. We'll have more action coming up. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60 seconds, please. 60. Back in Nashville on a Friday night, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislaya, where Carterville has climbed right back into this ball game. It's 53-44, Nashville on top at the half. It was 41-19 Nashville as we've ended the third quarter, 53-14, down 9, and Nashville with the basketball.
Big quarter for the Lions. You know, this is something they needed.
Nashville with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. It is Hayden Hagemeyer, top of the key. You can see Nashville's going to show some patience here in the fourth quarter. At least that's how they open up. They get the ball into Newman, kick it out to Hagemeyer. They bring it near side to Jarris Dahlman. Dahlman to Boltman. Boltman to Hagemeyer over on the far side. That is Ryan Brink as they have the starters and they turn it over. Here come the Lions the other way. It's Justin Johnson. Takes it to the hole. Kicks the pass, it's out of bounds, and they're going to say it is off of Nashville. It's going to be Carterville basketball.
Wow, it's a big break. Johnson should have just went up to the bucket and tried to make the layup. I think he would have probably got fouled.
I think so as well. Trying to make that extra pass, maybe work it out for the three-pointer, but I think he could have put that in as Taylor Howell gets the ball. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Ryan Brink. And Carterville full court press. That's how they get things going as Beasley gets elbowed in the face. But Nashville hangs on, and it's going to be Nashville basketball. Coach David Brown, not a happy man over on the far side, talking with the official, but he calmed down, got the explanation. He felt was explained well. Here comes Nashville. Dahlman with the ball, and there's a foul. I think that may be on Austin Swalls as he turned around and ran over the top of Dahlman. It is on Swalls. 6:53 remaining here in the ball game. That's the third now on Austin Swalls, the fourth team foul on Carterville, and Nashville's going to have the ball on the side.
I think Nashville's starting to panic just a little bit.
Oh, man, it's a great opportunity for Heil as he fouls Royce Newman. That's the fourth now on Heil. Need Taylor to stay in the game. Fifth team foul on the Lions. So Heil's going to get a breather. Luke Ford checks back in. He's going to go up against the 6'5", Royce Newman, who signed his letter of intent to go to Ole Miss for football here just a couple of weeks ago. Newman with the ball. Nice pass to Boltman. He puts up the shot. That's good for the Nashville Hornets. Boltman with 12 points in the game, and they're up 55-44, 11-point lead. Swalls with the basketball to the right wing, takes it into the paint, kicks it out to Beasley, and throws it away. Man, can't turn the ball over when you're down 11 points and 6.5 minutes left in the game.
Now back-to-back possessions the Lions have missed out on, and they've really took care of the basketball in this ballgame. They've only committed 4 turnovers.
Full court pressure being applied by the Lions. Swalls on Dahlman. He gets across the timeline, works it over to Boltman. Boltman to Hagemeyer. Looks to get it in to Newman, but backs it back out. 6:10 on the clock. 55-44 Nashville. It's Hagemeyer defended by Beasley. And we have a timeout on the floor called by Coach Weathers of the Nashville Hornets. It is going to be a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, now offering the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. For information on the features of mobile banking and how you can enroll, visit the website tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Got a score update. Pinckneyville 51, AJ 33 after 3 quarters. After 3, Cahokia still leads Marion 44-37.
Here in this game, it's an 11-point lead for the Nashville Hornets. 6:03 showing on the clock. Carterville was down 41-19. 22-point lead at the half. And they fought their way back to within 11. Nashville with the basketball. They have it here in the near court as they work it over to Hagemeyer. Into Newman. Kicks it out to Boltman. He takes the run down the lane, the baseline. Misses the shot. Gets his rebound. And that official can't make that call. Well, I guess it was this official as they call the foul on Nashville. I was going to say the backside official. I thought that's where the whistle came from, but it was actually near side, and he had a great look at it. So. Foul was on Justin Johnson as Nashville works it into Hagemeyer. He gets the little jump shot underneath. 57-44, 13-point lead for the Hornets.
Well, the Lions cut it to 9. I just hope the Lions had enough gas.
Blake Jackson fires from 3 off the front of the iron. Newman gathers in the rebound. And Nashville is coming the other way as Boltman is guarded by Jackson. Gives it to Dahlman here on the left wing to Boltman. He works his way around toward the left wing into Newman. Kicks it out to Brink. He thinks about shooting, and they're showing patience. Newman, he goes up against, nice job by Luke Ford. As Royce Newman gets the bucket and the foul, he's going to go to the line and shoot the and one. I thought Luke Ford did a nice job fronting Newman on that and was doing a good job defensively.
I thought he did a great job. Newman's using his arms a lot, pushing the body around on the Carterville Lions, and Ford was just standing there. Newman's the one that made the contact and actually pushed
Put
forward.
The shoulder down.
Yeah, he put the shoulder down. Technically that should have been an offensive foul.
Luke Ford, he's got 4 fouls in this game. So you have Ford with 4. You have Heil with 3. The big guys are in trouble, so Ford goes to the bench. Justin Parsinelli checks back in, and he has 3 fouls, as well as Newman hits the free throw. 14 now for Royce Newman. He had 18 in the first matchup back in December. Carterville with the basketball. Austin Swalls on the left wing. Dahlman on Swalls. Swalls drives the baseline, and he's fouled by Dahlman. That's the third now on Jairus Dahlman. It's going to be the 5th team foul on the Nashville Hornets. Carterville basketball, 4:56. 16-point lead for the Hornets. It's Swalls on the left baseline, spin move. His shot is blocked by Newman. He gathers in the loose ball. Here come the Nashville Hornets the other way. That is Boltman with the basketball. Gets it to Dahlman. His layup no good. Newman, the putback jumper no good. Ball up. Newman with another tip, and he gets it to go. 16 for Royce Newman. Nice hard work by the big guy from Nashville.
Well, I mean, Newman was in that area where he can control things.
Justin Parsinelli's shot is blocked. Blake Jackson gathers it in, puts it in, and good for the Lions. And he is going to go to the line and shoot the and one for the Lions, as the foul is on Jairus Dahlman. That's 4 now on Dahlman, the 16th foul on the Hornets. Justin Johnson checking out for the Lions. And it is Taylor Heil that comes back into the game for Carterville. So Jackson, the free throw, no good. Rebounded by Brady Boltman of the Hornets. Nashville basketball, 62-46. With the basketball into the front court. This is Boltman. Works it into Brink, and he gets the little up and under, which is good for him. 15 points for Boltman. Or excuse me, Ryan Brink, and there's a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout called by head coach David Brown. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports.
Got a score update. Massac 47, Heron 45, late in the third quarter. You know, back to this ball game, Dave. I don't know if the Lions maybe just, used up all the gas in the tank in that third quarter to climb back into this ball game, because in this fourth quarter they're 1 for 5 from the floor and they're 0 for 1 from the free throw line, and that's where Nashville's kind of pulled back out to this lead, 64-46 in this ball game.
The Lions were down 22 at the half. They came back and got it to within 9 at the end of the third quarter, but now it's back to an 18-point lead for the Hornets. Nashville with the basketballs. The shot is put up by Heil. Rebound comes off to Carterville, but there's a foul on the floor. Actually, they're going to say it's out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Nashville Hornets. There's 3:56 showing on the clock. Nashville basketball. Checking out is Ryan Brink. Checking in is Riley Edwards for the Nashville Hornets. Nashville to baseball pass to Hagemeyer. He gets the layup. That's the second time in this ball game that they've run that. 12 points for Hayden Hagemeyer, and it's a 20-point lead now for the Hornets. Beasley gets the layup runner, and he's fouled on the shot. So he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. As the foul is on Hagemeyer, that is the first team foul the first personal foul on Hagemeyer. 7th team foul, but Beasley's going to be at the line shooting 2. Oh, he's getting the 1-and-1. They're saying it was before the shot. First one is good by Beasley. 15 points here for Brennan Beasley. Austin Swalls has 22, but he's been quiet here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to shut down Swalls.
Second one is good by Beasley. 18-point lead now. Another baseball pass out to Hagemeyer. That's Beasley's man. He's got to stop that. But it's out of bounds, and they're going to say it belongs to Carterville. He's getting Brennan knows. Somebody said you got to shut that down. That is Hagemeyer that gets out on the run there, and
Well, what
Fortunately
it
for
does,
Carterville, it's going to be Carterville basketball.
Hagemeyer comes around a double pick down low, and that kind of frees him up a little. Beasley's going to have to recognize that.
Yeah, he shoots out as Swalls fires from three from the left baseline. Nice shot. Falling away. 25 now for Austin Swalls. 66-51, a 15-point lead for the Hornets. Full court pressure put on by the Lions. They break the pressure. Dahlman into the lane. Left-hand runner, no good. Justin Parsinelli with the ball. The rebound, and he's fouled. And the foul is going to be on Riley Edwards. That's his first of the game. The 8th team foul now on Nashville. Justin Parsinelli is going to be at the line, shooting the 1 and 1.
Well, if Parsinelli can knock both of these down, the Lions, will climb back into the 13 points.
JPN at the line. Hasn't put any points on the board. Makes his first free throw. That's his first point, as he's been fighting off foul trouble in the ball game. It's 66-52, the 14-point lead for Nashville. Carterville just won't go away. Second one by JPN is good. 3:23. Hagemeyer quickly into the front court. Beasley on him defensively. They work it, and they're going to back it out as Brady Boltman with the basketball. Over to Edwards, back to Newman. Dahlman on the right wing, top of the key to Boltman. Guarded by Blake Jackson, and he is called with a push on the Lions. That's the second foul on Blake Jackson. That's the 7th team foul on the Carterville Lions with 3:03 left, and Brady Boltman going to the line to shoot the 1 and 1.
Well, Nashville's not shot free throws real well in this ball game. They are 8 for 15 from the free throw line.
Boltman at the line shooting the 1 and 1. And his first one is good. 13 points for Brady Boltman. He had 8 in the previous game back in December, back on the 22nd of December. And that was a 55-49 Nashville win in Carterville as Boltman hits the second. 68-53, and a 15-point lead now. Carterville with the basketball. That is Swalls between the circles. Dahlman on him. Beasley on the left baseline. Steps inside the three-point line. Shoots. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Austin Swalls. It's going to be Carterville basketball, and they are calling Nashville. Brady Boltman with the foul on Swalls as they were working. Nice job by Swalls. Man, he was scrambling to get that ball.
Well, he was going after it, and he realizes he's got the same opportunities everybody else does to get that basketball, and Swalls is hungry.
Swalls is at the line shooting the 1 and 1. 2:49, 68-53. The first free throw is good by Swalls. He's got 26 points in this ball game. There's still 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes left. Swalls' second is good.
Lions need a stop.
Yeah, they could use a big stop. Full court press being put on, trying to get the trap. Nashville works it across, 3/4 court. Nice job defensively, and there's a foul on Austin Swalls as he slapped at the ball. That is the 4th team foul now. The 4th foul on Swalls, and the 8th team foul, 9th team foul rather, on the Lions.
Swalls is going to have to realize now that he has 4, he's not going to be able to be aggressive.
Brady Boltman is at the line shooting the 1 and 1, and it's good. Boltman with 15 points in this ball game. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of the Carterville Lions. Boltman's second free throw, no good. Heil grabs the rebound. Off go the Carterville Lions into the front court. Swalls puts up the runner off the front of the iron. Heil with the rebound, no good. Gets his rebound back and puts it up and in. Nice job by Taylor Heil to fight for that. He's got 5 in the game. It's 69-57. Lions down 12.
They're still in the ball game. A lot of time left.
Boltman into the front court. Dahlman here on the near side walks it around to the top of the key. Gives it to Boltman. Boltman guarded by Jackson. He's putting pressure, gets a hand on it, tips it away, but Boltman gathers it in. Newman over to the far side. That is Edwards, and they're going to slow things down. Hagemeyer to Boltman to Dahlman. Dahlman back to Boltman. Top of the key, guarded by Jackson. Steps in, rounds about. Jackson stays right on him. Nice job defensively. And Carterville trying to get to it, get the steal if they can. 1:45 on the clock. Boltman, top of the key. Jackson goes after him and fouls him there. And Blake Jackson, that is the third team foul on him. That's the 10th foul. That's the third personal foul, the 10th team foul on Carterville. So now Nashville going to be shooting the double bonus the rest of the way. Boltman's first. Bounces around, falls in. 16 for Brady Boltman. And it's a 13-point lead, 1:42 showing on the clock. Second one by Boltman, nothing but the bottom of the net. So now it's a 14-point lead. Carterville quickly into the front court. Beasley, right wing, top of the key, takes it down the lane. Layup, no good, he's fouled. And the foul is on Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer, that's his second, that's the 10th team foul. So now Carterville in the double bonus the rest of the way as well.
Nashville 6 for 7 in this fourth quarter from the free throw line.
Beasley's first is good. Brennan's got 17 points in this ball game. Austin Swall's 27 points. But Carterville still down 13 points with a minute and a half showing on the clock in river-to-river conference action. Free throw, no good. Rebound goes off to Nashville. And there's a foul on Justin Johnson for your Carterville Lions.
And the Lions are 7 for 9 in this fourth quarter, 12 for 15 from the free throw line.
Respectable.
Yeah, very respectable.
That's respectable.
They were 29 for 41 last week, 26 for 30 in the second half.
Dahlman's at the line shooting the double bonus. He makes the first one. He's got 5 points in the game. The foul, as we said, was on Justin Johnson. And Dahlman is shooting the second. Off the front of the iron, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Quickly, Carterville into the front court. Johnson gives it to Jacob Eklund in the game. He tries to get it into Heil. Turnaround jumper from Heil is good. Little layup. He's got such long arms. It's a layup for him, and there's a foul on Gavin Zimbro, who just checked in to the ball game for the Lions. Carterville still with that full court press, so it's going to come down to free throws the rest of the way.
Right now, Nashville is exactly 7 for 8, 7 for 9 from the free throw line in this fourth quarter.
Hayden Hagemeyer has 12 points in the game. First free throw is good. About at what he had in the last game. Austin Swalls checking out, 1:18 on the clock. And Colt Wilkie checking in for the first time. Colt's been out about 5-6 games with a high ankle sprain that he suffered in West Frankfort as Hagemeyer hits the second free throw. So it's the first action he's seen in probably 2.5, 3 weeks.
Oh, every bit of that.
It's Wilkie there at the free throw line, going to give it a shot. Gives it to Justin Johnson. Wilkie fires from 3 off the back of the iron. Big rebound by Dahlman for Nashville, and there's a foul. I think they're going to call it on Jacob Eklund. Nope, they call it on Zimbro. I tell you what, my calling fouls like that before listening, it's like Mike Carey on the NFL. On the replays, he gets it wrong every time, and I get it wrong every single time. So, well, I'm going to have to do a better job. As Dahlman makes his first free throw. 6 points by Dahlman here in the ball game. 57 seconds as Royce Newman checks out for the Hornets. He checks out. He's got 16 points in the ball game. Gavin Zimbro goes to the bench for the Lions.
You said Newman had 16 points. He's got 10 rebounds and 2 blocks.
Big game and most of it in the second half.
Yes.
He only had 3 points at the half as the second free throw by Dahlman is no good. Carterville with the ball. They're down 15. Is there a 15-point shot? Swalls is going to fire from 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. That gives Austin Swalls 30 points for your Carterville Lions, but they're down 12, 41 seconds left. Full court pressure and a foul on the Lions. Going to come back and shoot free throws.
You know, Nashville's hitting free throws so well in this, especially in this fourth quarter. You know, you would have thought that with the way they shot free throws in the first three quarters, 7 for 14 in those first three, if they would have missed a few here, the Lions would be within single digits.
Blake Jackson is the one called for the foul. That's the fourth foul on Jackson. So at the line is Riley Edwards, and he's got 2 free throws in the ball game as he hits the first. 13-point lead now. 40 ticks left on the clock. Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi. Thank you for tuning in. Second is good by Riley Edwards. 35 on the clock. Carterville the ball. Swalls fires from 3. Off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Nashville as it is Brogan Kemp that gets the rebound and have another foul on Carterville. So they're going to come back the other way and shoot the free throw. I believe it's going to be Boltman that is going to be shooting the line. That foul is on Blake Jackson. He checks. That's his 5th, so he fouls out. He's standing over at the bench. Blake Jackson winds up with 5 points in this ball game. And in for Blake is Jacob Eklund checking in. Carterville down 14. 24 seconds left. The free throw by Brady Boltman is good. He has 18 points in the game. And he's going to be shooting his second. It's up and good. Timeout being called as that is Boltman that checks out. Checking in for Nashville is Trevor Meyer. Carterville with the basketball. Beasley into the front court quickly. He's going to fire from 3. That's good for Beasley. He's got 20 for Carterville. 13-point lead, 10 seconds on the clock. Carterville pressed 4 3 players over there, and there's a foul as Riley Edwards is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Riley Edwards at the line, shooting 2.
The foul is on Jacob Eklund. That's his first of the game. So at the line is Riley Edwards. First free throw is good. He's got 4 in the game. And it's a 14-point lead for the Hornets. Second, no good. Carterville basketball. Swalls across the timeline, 4 seconds, fires from 3. Off the iron, no good. That's going to do it. 80-66. That's the final as Nashville defeats the Carterville Lions here in Nashville. And big win for Nashville over the Lions. We are going to be back with your post-game show and head coach David Brown. It's all coming up next. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Buckle up, please drive safely, and good night from the Assembly Hall.
Let's go 90 seconds here. 90 seconds, please. Let's go 2 minutes here then. 2 minutes. Go 2 minutes here. Yes, if you can record the post game, that would be great. Thank you.
Harrisburg beat Benton
Wow.
54-52.
Wow. Back in Nashville on a Friday night where the Nashville Hornets have just defeated your Carterville Lions 80-66. A 14-point win for the Hornets here in conference river-to-river action. And, I mean, this is a loss. Carterville got beat the first time by 6 points, but I tell you what, getting beat by 14 points, the way they played, that Nashville came out in the first half, could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take your hats off to the Lions. They never did quit. They were down, like you said, 22 points at halftime, and at one time they were down 26 in the ball game. And they fought back, and you got to realize they fought back and they got this game back within 10. They got this game within 9. You know,
at the end of the third quarter, they were down 9.
And they just, I think, they used up so much energy to get it down to 9. They started off kind of slow in the fourth quarter. That gave Nashville the opportunity to get it back up to 18, and then they cut it down to 12, and they just couldn't seem to climb back into this ball game. But let me tell you something. You got to take your hats off to the Lions. They did a great job tonight. They played hard. They did a lot of things well. And they just ran into a buzzsaw tonight with Nashville starting this ball game off. You got to realize they were 9 for 10 in that first quarter, 4 for 4 from three-point land. I mean, it was incredible.
It was one of the hottest starts that you've seen from a high school team, as they were able to put 24 points up in that first quarter. And they just did everything right to open up the ball game, and they just kind of put it out of reach right from the get-go for the Hornets, and Carterville just wasn't able to fully recover. They were down. But like you said, got to give credit to the Lions. They were down 22 at the half, and they were able at the end of the third quarter to only be down 9. You hope they can keep that run going, but it took a lot of energy to get back to within 9 to put them in a position to maybe to make a run and get this thing tied up or take the lead. But you got to give it to Nashville. They were able to put them away here in this ball game.
Yeah, and it was by the hot shooting. I mean, Nashville was 26 for 38 from the floor for the ball game. I mean, that's just incredible. When you have a team that shoots like that during the game, it's hard to beat them.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale now has an online mortgage center, so you can check rates and apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit the website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. Think we'll take a break. Hopefully Coach David Brown is going to join us here on the post game. And when we do that, we'll do that coming up here in about 2 minutes. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. What do you need to run here, Adam? Let's go on and run. That'll get you into the post game. Okay, do 2. Back in Nashville on a Friday night, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi. 80-66, the final score here in this River to River Conference game, as we are awaiting head coach David Brown to come for the post-game show. And, it's after the big win last week by the Lions on the road at Massac County, you felt like Carterville had a pretty good shot coming in here to take on Nashville. Remember, in the first game back in December, it was just a 6-point win for Nashville at our place at home for the Lions.
And it was poor shooting in the second half that led to the victory for Nashville at Carterville. But tonight, Nashville, they just came out and they hit every shot in the first half. You gotta realize they were 14 for 19 in the first half, 6 for 6 from three-point land. You would think that you would be down about 30 points. But the Lions, they were only down 22, and they clawed their way back into the ball game after three quarters, only being down 9 points at the end of three quarters. But they spent so much energy in that third quarter, it was just impossible for the Lions to finish out here in the fourth quarter.
Coach David Brown is down to our right talking to some people. Hope he remembers us. Don't know if he will or not. We are going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the postgame show. You're listening to Lions Basketball News Radio, WJPF. I'm going to go grab him.
I had them for 4.
What did you have us for?
I had us for 11.
I wouldn't as far off as I thought. I knew I missed some. I had us for 10 and them for 22. We got our butts kicked.
Well, you gotta realize, they shot. They were for 38 from the floor. They were missing all of them.
A lot of it, they just made a second half with Newman was getting the ball in the paint. Their guards was getting through the hole. See you tomorrow night at my favorite game.
Play one more, please.
I'll just turn him up.
Back in Nashville on a Friday night. Glad to have you hanging out with us. And Carterville just took a loss to the Nashville Hornets, 80-66. Coach David Brown joining us here on the postgame show. Coach, you hate getting beat, but that's after the first half, getting back to within 9 heading to the fourth quarter. Carterville fought back.
Imagine putting 4 quarters together. Be a different ball game. I think the boys definitely in the third quarter and even in the fourth, they played all the way out to the last second. That's what I try to tell the refs. We're playing all the way, and that part I'm proud of.
They didn't quit.
No.
They didn't quit, and I mean in Nashville, man, they just come out on fire. They could do nothing wrong in that first quarter. They wind up putting 24 points on the board there in the first quarter. That is so hard, especially when the Lions weren't, they weren't hitting anything. They only wind up with 8 points in the first quarter.
No, and with the way we brought our intensity, I think we were lucky to have 8 points. That part I'm not happy with, to say the least. You can't, at any level, they talk about it, you can't think that you can turn it on and off. You got to play against a team of this caliber that's leading the conference. You got to come out to a dogfight from the jump. You can't bring that kind of energy, and we're not going to point fingers at this or that. And hey, we've been running the same plays and the same offense all year, so it's not anything like that that's making us stagnant or not move the ball or just not aggressive. And that's we came out flat. I mean, plain and simple.
I mean, Jimmy, you look at the scoring for the Lions. You have Austin that winds up with 30 points in the game. Beasley winds up with 20. Offense wasn't the issue. It didn't seem like, but more in that first half, it was just defense, not moving, getting beat on the long pass, on that baseball pass. They were able to run that 4 times. They busted us for 6 points just on that in the ball game.
And we've worked on that. We worked on that the first time. They haven't changed anything that they did the first time they played us, and it's discipline and just effort. So.
Coach, I really didn't think that the Lions played that bad, especially in the first half. I just think it was just Nashville was just playing so well, and they were so hot. If you take a few of those threes away that they were hitting, the score isn't like it is in the first half. But okay, you come out in the second half, and we start the third quarter, and you expended so much energy. Were you kind of concerned with spending so much energy in that third quarter that maybe it might be a slow start in the fourth?
No, I want for one game, and I know I shouldn't say it like that, every game, I want to leave it all on the floor. No need to conserve anything. Let's be brutally honest. It was tough to watch the offense work in the first quarter, and even with 8 points, and I know they were hitting shots, but we weren't running down the floor like we were in the third. We weren't attacking the bucket like we were in the third. We weren't posting hard or getting it to the post. We were jacking a tough shot, or we were not doing what we were supposed to do and not doing what we work on and standing and watching. You can't stand and watch against a big boy who's going to get every rebound.
You mentioned it earlier when we first started talking, and I think it really comes down to this. Like you said, flipping on the switch, turning it on and off. But when you look at the big picture, just like no sense of urgency from the tip in a ball game, and like they feel like they can just turn it on and off, and they've done that. They have done that. That third quarter was fantastic for the Lions. I mean, they're down 22 at the half. They come back and they get it within 9 going to the fourth quarter, and you're right. You just have to play with utmost effort from the word go to the end of the ball game.
And we've talked about it before. And when you're bringing the intensity, our shots start falling a little better. And when we
play a better ball game when they're out on the point, on the press, when they're.
And we were down 25 at one time.
Right.
Yes.
25, and we brought it to 9, and that's all effort. I solely believe that was effort and attacking and doing what we do and being crisp with the ball. We're not supposed to stand and watch. We're move the ball, cut, screen, cut hard, do the little things.
Fight.
Yes. Do the little things. Go for every rebound, every loose ball. Battle. That's what we're supposed to do. And the third quarter, we did that. And, even into the fourth, I mean, they knocked free throws down the stretch. We got close, and they started hitting some free throws. But I felt like they finished hard. And that I like. But you can't wait till I yell and scream at you to play ball. Okay? Because we're not going to start the game.
Maybe that's what they need.
With me chewing you out. If that's the case, then you're not a good enough competitor to do great things
On your own.
Right, you know what I mean?
When you come to the game, you should already be focused, and you should have that intensity ready when I step on the floor. It's just like in a boxing match. If me and you come to a boxing match and you come out sluggish and I come out with the intensity, who's going to win?
Right.
You know that.
No doubt.
And, you're going to have, as a coach, you're going to have to figure out what's going to make them click to start that ball game, because you see what they can do. They can do it. They can turn it on. They did it last week against Nashville. I mean, my lands, they played a great second half, and I actually thought I might have been watching the same game again, because when they clawed it down to 3, I was like, wow, here we go.
And, you know, and I told them before the game, guys, I said, guys, you got to come ready to battle. I can't want it more than you do. You have to fight this.
How many points have you scored this season?
I can count them up, none. And I'm not going to. But the thing of it is, it's not, you know, you got to come to play. I told them before we left, but before we come out of that tunnel, you got to be ready to play. You got to be ready to play now. You got to hold your head high and walk out there and warm up better than you've ever warmed up in your life. You got to bring it.
Championship teams do that.
Yes. And you know what? I believe it starts with how you approach practice. I believe it starts with how you get on the bus, and you got to tie your shoes better than that other guy too. Everything you do has to be crisp, with a purpose, and with the intent to win. And
it also starts actually the previous day, like tonight. These kids tonight need to go home and actually go to bed. Now, some of them are going to go home and they're going to stay out to about 1 o'clock in the morning, sleep to about 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and get up and get ready to come to the ball game. You know, it takes a little bit of that too. I mean, in order for you to be able to get prepared for the ball game the next day.
And I told them, I said, you know, go home, sleep, you know, get plenty of fluids, get up tomorrow. You got to eat. Don't be sleeping on the bus. We got another long trip. You know, don't be sleeping on the bus before the game, because you can't just wake your body up like that. That's not how it works. Guys, I love the boys, but it's way past time to be dealing with these demons. It's time to just come and play. Otherwise, something sad will happen. You know.
There's only 4 games left, and then we found out today. The regional brackets came out. I mean, we're talking a week and a half. We're getting into the playoff season, and you know, we've talked all along about how take the losses early in the season as long as we're building momentum, and now is the time for you need to be playing peak performance. And I think that if we were to encapsulate what you're saying here, we should be at that point where we're playing our best ball of the season right now.
And let's put it all together. The second half, we were playing good ball.
Yes.
At Massac, we were playing good ball.
Yes.
But this wasn't Massac. This is Nashville, who is a number 2 seed in their regional and is undefeated in the conference. Nothing against Massac. They're a great team. But you can't do that. You can't spot somebody 20 and win every night. You got to come out. You got to come out with intensity to play. And boys, you know, I sound down in the dumps and I'm mad. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm a competitor. Guess what I'm going to wake up and do tomorrow? I'm going to be ready to play. I'll put this right behind me, and I'm going to be ready to kick somebody in the tail end and let's play, because I don't like to lose. Bigger than that, I don't want to lose, and I believe in these boys. I believe in every single one. That's why we played to the very last second. You know, you could say, do this, put these guys. No, we're going to play to the very last second, because that's the kind of effort we have to bring. Start to finish, we have to bring that effort. That's what we got to do. And that's what we will do. That's what we will do.
80-66, the final here tonight in Nashville. Nashville Hornets, they beat your Carterville Lions. On the road tomorrow night, we're back. Another long trip. I think the boys' coach called this the gauntlet. In Nashville tonight, on the road at Sparta tomorrow night. Another hour-long bus ride to take on the Bulldogs. But it's another conference game, and I guess the best thing is you have a chance to redeem yourself tomorrow night in Sparta.
Yeah, oh, totally. And we get a chance to move on. Let's do that. You know, let's move on, and let's realize what it's time to go. Right now. Right now's the time.
Head coach David Brown joining us on the post-game show. Coach, we'll see you tomorrow night.
See you guys. Thank you.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll put a wrap on this ball game. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 30. 30 and get us out.
Well, Harrisburg beat Benton.
Well, I think Benton's dealing with their own. I don't know if you've heard any of that. Hey. Did Hayes play?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, are we
I got to get you the game before that. That's a mass act. I forgot to give you the other one. So
Okay.
it's at home. I'll give
Hey,
you tomorrow.
thank you for everything.
I'm probably going to be missing.
You're breaking my heart.
Back in Nashville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Sislagi. Coach David Brown here with us on the postgame show. Nashville with the 80-66 win over the Carterville Lions. As we said, tomorrow night, Carterville on the road once again as they're going to take on the Sparta Bulldogs. First time the Carterville played, it was a last-second runner by Brendan Beasley with his time was expiring to give Carterville a 56-54 win, and hopefully doesn't come down to that last-second shot, but I hope it's Carterville win just like before.
Well, you know, Coach Brown's wanting his team to come out from the beginning of the game and fight hard and be mentally and physically ready to play the ball game, and that's what he's wanting. He doesn't want the Lions to sit around and wait until the second half or the fourth quarter to try to make that run. He wants it from the beginning of the game all the way to the end, and you know, he's the coach. And the players better listen, because I think he's getting ready to send a statement to them if they're not going to listen.
We'll find out tomorrow night. 7:30 will be the pregame show. Tip-off is set for 7:45. For Coach David Brown, for my partner Jim Sislagi, for our producer-engineer back at the station, Adam Schmeling, thank you so much for all your work tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. We'll be on the air at 7:30, and you can listen online, WJPF, or head to the YouTube channel. We've got the games posted there live as well. But thank you for listening to your Carterville Lions. It was Nashville over Carterville, 80-66. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. I'm Dave McKenzie. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you soon on News Radio WJPF.